I'm the all in all, from the dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all, from the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all, every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all, from the depths of the sea to Mount Everest. Allah in the flesh, most benevolent. This physical form born from melanin. When electrical thought sparked intelligence. Ain't nothing existing I don't exist in. From the clouds in the heavens down to this skin. If you're doing the knowledge, you can follow jewels. In both cases, the basis, water molecules. Rain, sleet, snow, hailstorms come together the same way that my cells form. You don't see it yet, hard to fathom still. It's alike to the pyramids, how my atoms build. I existed as DNA when the earth formed, and my paternal lineage is from the firstborns. Holy Quran, Bible, I'm coded there. In a fine mist, you'll miss if you don't know the square. Yeah, on all four corners they seek the G, while shriners speak on me in secrecy. I created the earth as mother and daughter. Her bones are the rocks, her blood is the water. Yeah. Her skin is the crust, her heart is the core. Yeah. I planted the seeds, I parted the shores. Yeah. Emitted my light, she saw the corona. Original man, maker. I'm the all in all, from the dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all, from the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all, every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all. Supreme team, dominant gene, God in the physical. Rose from the bowels of hell, pardon my visual. Cremators doing their job when they get rid of you. Crabs in a bucket, mind state to kill a nigga too. Civil wars in the hood, letting hammers dance. Playing with them pieces of steel, attract the ambulance. Or a prison bid, now your daughter's sick. Ain't nothing gangsta about leaving your seeds fatherless. So I study self and subtracted crime. It takes supreme mathematics to heal a grafted mind. For the 2 and the 3, you need the 1. The only way to get to the Father is through the Son. I met a lot of dudes on that used to shit. They come and go every day, I'm getting used to it. Far as self go, I'm planted on the square. They unalike to Allah, they planted over there. They don't respect the history, they don't recite degrees. Will we be using them both to reunite the seeds? Yellow to the brown, brown to the black. Accepted or rejected, you repel or attract. It's been over 50 years, he been gone so far. Now that's a powerful cipher. Peace to Allah.
Peace, peace, peace. This is the 100 TV. First and foremost, man, shout out to each and every one of you that's already hopped up on the live. It's always a privilege and an honor to just share any moment, anytime with anybody, because you could be anywhere else, but you're here right now. So salute to y'all first and foremost. Song of the day right there was from Pro Life, currently fighting for his freedom. Sentenced to 144 years with over 188,000 signatures in support of his freedom right now on the governor's desk. Songs called All in All, streaming everywhere. Nice. Yeah, man, it's my brother right there. He's the purpose behind all this. So shout out to him. Free everybody that needs to come home. And that's how I'm gonna say that right there too.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Man, so today, as we always do, we keep it 100. We talk about topics that some of us feel are more important, than others. Some feel maybe aren't so important. I think the reality of the situation is something that everybody can agree on is at times there's people that are crying out, that need help, got whatever it is, but they're unable to be heard. They're unable to speak for themselves at times or be in a place where they can be heard. Tonight, my guest is my sister right here. Known her for some years. And one thing I love about certain people that I meet is whether I talk to them every day or don't talk to them for a year or whatever. Certain people I cross back paths with, it's like we talk every day. She's one of those people. She's down to earth. A lot of people know her. Some people call her the modern day Harriet Tubman. She's spoken for those that were unable to speak for themselves, and she's helped bring some people home. She's helped connect some dots, and she's monumental when it comes to people that are incarcerated. Though not presently, you know what I'm saying, the advocate has put in. She the pioneer. I didn't really hear about advocates until her name was different then when I met her. But when I heard Miss Monique, I was like, oh, that's what an advocate is. Somebody really coming in here and talking to us and fighting. And without further ado, as I did my 15-minute intro, peace to you, salute to you. Please take this time to introduce yourself in case anybody doesn't know you, because I feel like everybody should.
How you doing, brother? I appreciate you so much for this platform. Thank you so much. I'm always humbled and thrown back when people call me Harriet Tubman, because those are some big shoes to fill. Right. But I received that name. Professor Griff actually was the first person to name me that. Coco Butter and a couple of other people, and I'm just. I just really be blown away by it.
That's big.
I'm appreciative. Huh?
Yeah. I said nobody's getting called that nowadays. Nobody's getting called the modern day Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying, the modern day, and that's how you know. If anybody don't, well, go ahead. I'm gonna get out the way.
Well, I'm Monique Yesenia. It's really pronounced with a J, not a Y. I'm Puerto Rican, so yeah, it's just in my abuela. She named me that middle name, and it means flower. But Monique Yesenia, I've been an advocate. I'm a former advocate now as of March of this year. 10 years strong in the game. I've gotten 16 people home. I'm noticed for the biggest case on a worldwide level, which is the Trayvon Blunt case. Our story is very unique. And that's my baby, my bonus son. I went from reading the article, he was a stranger, on my timeline. I seen an article going. I'm like, what is going on? And I remember that day crying for 45 minutes. I read that story for about 7 to 8 times, just crying. Ironically, I have a son named Trayvon. Shout out to my son. He's up here somewhere. My son name is Trayvon, and they're the same age, and they're brothers. But
that's crazy.
I advocated for him for 7.5 years, and he's finally home. He's been home 2.5 years. He's doing absolutely wonderful. He's doing great. When people counted him out, white supremacists, some of our people, he'll be back. He's proven them wrong. He works. He's a great father. He's amazing. He's doing good. He's not here right now, but he's doing great.
Can I stop you Can I stop you real quick?
Yes.
I don't want to, but you don't have to go too far in it, but 7.5 years.
Put my life on hold.
There's people that are married and the spouse goes away for 2 years, and for whatever reason, the support went. You know what I'm saying? 7.5 years while facing resistance from not just people that don't look like you, but people that look like you. How does that feel? You don't got to go too far in, because I know you still, going, but I don't want to get away from that point.
Oh, let's do it. You can ask me anything you want. The viewers can ask me anything they want. Right. Let's do it. I'm very transparent. I'm very real. I'm very vocal. Maybe sometimes too much, but it's all good. I'm going to say what I got to say. Trayvon, like, that fight was crazy. The memories, I could write a book alone on the 7.5 years as his advocate. It was very emotional, Chris. Like, it was very, very emotional. and the death threats, because I'm fighting for this young black boy.
I didn't even know that.
Man, when we got home, we were getting death threats. And all I would say is roll up on me if you want to.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't fear no person in this world.
Yeah.
So I had to report a couple of people. Like, he has a huge support page that I still run to this day with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of fans and supporters. And even with that, when he was released, like, calling him the N-word, if they ever seen him, they're going to do this, that, and the third. And I had to report those. I don't know, they're trolls. Some of them wasn't.
Yeah.
And I had to report them just in case they did roll up on me.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that is painful. Like, you don't even know him. Why are you wishing death on him? Why would you want to see a young boy in prison for the rest of his life? He made United States history. Being the first juvenile sentenced that much. 118 years and 6 life sentences for a non-homicidal crime where nobody was hurt, raped, murdered, nothing. And it's just really painful to see the mindset of people, adults, wishing Trayvon would die in prison. It made no sense to me at all. But, everybody's entitled to feel how they feel.
You know what it was? He represented a lot for everybody. For us that were incarcerated and those of us that weren't, but were sided with wanting him to come home. When he came home, when it was like a lot of us, we got hope again. You know what I'm saying? And ironically enough, not too long after things started to shift, it was a real place of motivation for a lot of us. But the other side of it, it meant to the other half that their system could be beat. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't like that. And the same thing, some of the same things you heard in that, believe it or not, because conversations are had in prison and they get heated, and we would discuss politics and laws and news, and we would see some of the same things from guards, slick remarks, blah blah. So
it was crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine actually getting death threats, and then, like I said, True and
He was getting banned in prisons from teaching, Chris. I was getting banned from prisons. I've been teaching in prisons for 9 years. And my thing is like, you're banning me. Why are you banning me? Like, I couldn't even go visit him once he got the conditional pardon. They wouldn't even let me go and visit him anymore. They said I was a security risk. So you already gave him a pardon. Mom, why would I listen? What am I going to do? Break him out of here? Like, make it make sense to me. Like, we went through a lot together. Him and I, we went through a lot together. We have a documentary coming out soon.
That's what's up.
Next year. Shout out to Stephanie and Greg, the producers. And I can't disclose about too much, but it's a documentary on him and I and stuff. And
I'm locked in. As soon as it let me know so I can be locked in. I want to see that all right away.
I'm gonna promote it. But he's incredible. He's incredible. He just turned 32 the other day. His girlfriend gave him a surprise birthday party. It was his first surprise birthday party. And just those moments mean so much to me. Seeing him walk through the doors. I don't know if you've seen the video or not. I had posted it.
Yeah. He walked in. Yeah.
It was just...
Because that's your son now. Like, let's be clear.
That is my son. Yes.
So, and I'm gonna ask you just like this, as a parent, just like this, to know that at one point it wasn't gonna happen. According to, if everybody just laid down, if everybody just, it was not gonna happen. His reality was gonna be a prison cell. Mm-hmm. And when you see it now, like when he walked in the door, all I remember specifically, I remember I don't know if there were 2 little girls, 2 babies running to him. His nieces. Mm-hmm. That's the part I remember. But just as I don't even know if I ever crossed paths with, but just seeing that for me touched my heart. What does that do for you? Like, is that kind of the exhale moment? Is it the I'm good now? Like,
I'm a tough Brooklyn girl, but I'm sensitive as hell when it comes to my babies.
yeah.
So every time I see him, like moments like that, I just tear up. I'll be like, don't cry, Mo. I've had all these self-talks, like, don't cry.
Man.
You know. And just, you know, I love him so much. And I literally treat him like he's mine. Like, you know, I get on him if I don't like something.
Good.
I check him if I don't like whatever it is. Like, he receives me well. I love his mom. They're tight. His family. I love all of them. And he listens to me. He you know, he doesn't want to let me down. He doesn't want to let himself down, which he's not. And he just want to do good. You know, he just wants to live a normal life. Like, I call him Gramps, because he like go to work, he come home, he sleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you know. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. It's productive and it keeps you out of trouble. He take care of his girls, he's with his girlfriend, and he works his ass off, and that's that. And I love him.
To me, that's called being grown.
It's being grown. His favorite line is, I'm just staying out the way, Ma. I'm just staying out the way. And it is what it is. And he'll be off papers in about 3 or 4 months. So
that's what's up.
I'm super excited about him. I love him so much. But yeah, I'm known for that case. The Jerron Tucker case and Lewis Mox case. Those are the 3 that put me out there. And then I worked with some great attorneys. John Cargashaw being my favorite. He just passed away, John. And he's the one that stood by Trayvon pro bono for 14 years. And that he made sure Trayvon got, I remember distinctively some years ago, and he would just say, well, before I clock out of here, I got to get him home, homo. That's how he would talk. I'm like, yeah, but you're not going anywhere no time soon. But just to see him, I had my spring award ceremony in March, April. And both Trayvon and him, I honored the both of them. John was the Attorney of the Year, and Trayvon was the Returning Citizen of the Year. And just to see the hug, the embrace, just to have that moment was so emotional for everybody in there. I don't think there wasn't one dry eye in there.
14 years, man. Anybody that watching this, yes, I cry very easily.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's all. Because I seen a picture of him you had posted, and I believe older white dude, right?
John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I seen him, I was like, he looked like a cool he looked like a cool white dude, man. Like
he was.
Yeah.
He was like a father to me, and his mother was grumpy old man. His wife passed away 5 weeks before he died, and so she was like a mother to me. And just to see, it was painful. I was there with him the week before, the week when he died, and I had to fly out to Florida for 3 days. And I remember telling him that Saturday or that Friday, hold on, I'm coming back. Hold on, just come back. And then I wound up getting a phone call a couple of hours later that he passed away. I was crushed. I'm still crushed. But even him laying in that bed, that sense of humor of his was just something else. He still was cranky, but still had a crazy sense of humor. And I'm just like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? I was the only person that would talk back to him, because everybody else act like they were scared.
Yeah.
So my favorite line to him would be, John, you got me fucked up. Who you think you're talking to?
Right.
And he'd be like, oh, but I love that man. The way he fought for our people.
Yeah.
How the people he got home. Yeah. That's part of the only attorney in the state of Virginia to have that many pardons under his belt.
They don't make them like that. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there's always somebody that's gonna help carry on, but They're rare.
And he did a lot of pro bono work.
Yeah, they're rare.
He did. For our people, he did a lot of pro bono work. And he did not back down off of racism. And, you know, some of these people in Virginia are something else. I've sat on panels. I've sat with these politicians. I've sat on boards and stuff. And I'm a one-woman army. And I would just sit there and be like, y'all sound crazy. All of this talks just sounds crazy to me. I'm going to always push back and challenge anybody. I don't care who you are, especially when it's, you know, our people on the line and their freedom. It's just not right.
Yeah, I'm an agitator too. It's like even when I try to be quiet in a moment, I don't know. It comes out. So I feel you on that. I want to switch it up though. I want to kind of take it back. Why did you embark on this path? What was it? A specific moment? Was it just something you had in your heart? Why? Because everybody doesn't go that path. Everybody doesn't say 7 years. Everybody doesn't say I'm going to fight for these people. Everybody doesn't say I'm going inside a prison when I'm free. Everybody doesn't say when I work 10 hours, I'm going to dedicate another 4 to this guy I'm trying to get home. Then I'm going to sleep for 4 hours and get to work again. You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you, like, why?
For me, when I seen, before Miller versus Alabama came out, right? When I seen all of these juvenile lifers locked up, when I seen, oh my gosh, in the state of Pennsylvania, almost 500 juvenile lifers locked up, and half of them are innocent.
That's crazy.
And we dealing with corrupt detectives, police. We dealing with corrupt judges. All of them corrupt out. They're worse than VA. I'm not even gonna hold you. When you see that, and when you know it, and the proof is right in files, when you actually have the real killer and they know it, or you actually, he's 13 years old, he didn't even know that was going to go down. He was just going to go get some chips and a soda from the store, and a robbery went down, and he didn't have no clue. He was just walking with kids in the neighborhood. Yep. Things like that. You giving people double life, 2 life sentences, locking them up at 13 and 14 years old, sending these boys like Travion to Wallensbridge prison. A 15-year-old, 14-year-old got no business being in a maximum prison. Like, that prison is horrible.
Right.
And so, y'all creating all this trauma for our black men. We all know the 90s was wild. I'm 51, right? So I know I grew up with the dope boys. I grew up with, from Brooklyn. I grew up with the dope boys. I grew up, with the shooters. Like, I grew up with all of these people. But when you see stuff that is, for a fact that it is unjustly, you have to do something.
Yeah.
And people will stand with you for a minute, a month, or 2 months.
I'm gonna stop you for 2 seconds and you go back. You don't have to do anything. And that the thing is, when it comes, and I'm gonna speak about us right now. I'm gonna speak about us. Unfortunately, whether it's through indoctrination, whatever it is, a large percentage of us, we're fearful. We don't want to put on the line what we have on a personal level or what we've obtained for somebody else's situation. We see it on the job site. We see it. We see it everywhere. We see people, instead of stepping in, they pull out the phones or what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a small percentage of us that I consider us brave enough. We take the hits. We embark on the journeys. And I just wanted to say that because I hear people say we have to. And I used to say that, but man, so many of us don't. When we all should.
Yeah, I feel like it's my duty as a woman, as a black woman, out of one out of zillions of women who birth a nation, or are part of birthing a nation.
Right.
That's my duty.
Right.
Black men mean everything to me. I don't even want to be on this earth without y'all.
And you know what? And when you came into we going in now, but when you would come into the prison, it's not, listen, us as men incarcerated, a lot of us, my situation was different because I work around counselors and stuff, but a lot of us, we not exposed to feminine energy. So when we get that, it's not always as the public tries to depict it, some guy that's lusting after a woman. Sometimes a CO may work in it as a female, and she's able to kind of, I don't want to use the word control, but she can influence the pod or the guys because they look at her as a sister or a mother figure or whatever, an auntie. So when you would come in, a lot of time that you assist, you come sit down, we drinking coffee, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know, that's how we seen you. Like you was definitely.
And if y'all didn't know, I call Chris Life. That's his father's name. Peace to the God. I've known him for years, and him, Freddie, Curtis. I remember.
Shout out to
the code, and how y'all received me, and how y'all fought for me to keep coming back. And then after a while, it just was, my name started buzzing, and that was 8-9 years ago. And I just started buzzing, and next thing I was fully booked for months.
That's what's up, yeah.
And I owe a lot of that to you guys because y'all made me. Y'all was a plug. Y'all made me, And then I started teaching everywhere, and then it came to a point. Re-entry was like, we need you. Commencement speaking. I started holding classes at Indian Creek and everything. And it was even a prison ministry. You know what I'm saying? I'm a student follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm saying with Christians and this and that and the third. A Christian is a Muslim and a Muslim is a Christian. But people will argue with that all day, all night. The only difference is the Quran and the Bible, seriously. But being a prison coach, and I'm just going to, kind of slide into that.
Yeah.
Being a prison coach, I became a certified life coach and a certified relationship coach because I see the need. They don't do nothing for y'all.
No.
And so I see the need. I'm like, they taking certificates away. They taking GED classes away. They taking welding classes away. They taking all this shit away.
Man.
To dismantle the black man. And it pissed me off. So I know how to carry myself. I know how to come in and do things. I became a life coach because of y'all. I became a relationship coach because in my first seminar was with you.
Yeah.
And I remember that day like it was yesterday. And I remember that seminar. Shout out to Jessica Lee. It started buzzing everywhere, and they started booking me for that. Yeah. Because women have to understand on how to deal with y'all inside and when you come home. And they don't know how. Yeah. You don't want to come home and you feel like you got another damn warden on your back or another CO on your back. It's not right. So, and I still do that to this day, life. To this day, I still do that to this day. I still speak to the wives. I make sure I extend myself by the wife because I don't want nobody to think nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Or lines or anything
Respect,
like that.
Yeah.
And I let the women know, look, this is what you got to do. This is what you have to deal with. This is how you got to deal with him. And it's important. Like, I think I'm going to do a Zoom class just on that for the wives and the sisters.
I ain't trying to put you on the spot, but we doing a panel. Me, my man Bars from Brooklyn, or is he from BX? Anyway, one of the spots, T Spills, and we were looking for another, woman's perspective. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, because they want us to do
it has to be done. Like, even like in the prisons, I always make sure that I sit down and speak with the wives first.
Yeah.
Before the guys come down, because I need to see where I'm at with you in your head. And, or, you have the brothers come home and it's not like what they thought it was when she's on a visit.
Man.
So now you're home because you don't really know somebody until you actually live with them.
Talk about it.
So you come home thinking that the house, you can eat off the floors. You're thinking that she ain't smoking, but she really smoking. You're thinking that she got them children in the bed by 9 o'clock, like she telling you in the visit, but they're really up 2 in the morning playing video games. Like, all of that stuff has to be discussed.
Facts.
And, until you're in that situation, you don't know. However, it can be worked out. It's just sometimes let me just get him home. Let me just get him home. And yeah, you want to get them home, but what you gonna do with them when you get home?
That's why we need you. That's why we need you. You need to have a whole show. And I'm not saying it like, I'm just saying we need that perspective more. There needs to be support for, I just feel like that. Because I know for my wife coming home after 17 years, came home in the middle of the pandemic, or right when the pandemic kicked off. Mm-hmm. I'm freaking out because I've never lived life. I got locked up at 19. Met my wife while I was incarcerated, got married while I was incarcerated, came home at 36 and went straight home. Had a mortgage, bills.
All that adulting stuff is so overrated, by the way.
Yeah. Salute to the women, salute to anybody that I'm gonna use the word endure. I feel like I'm qualified to put a word on it because I know my wife is. Salute to my wife, man, because she's patient, and I'm growing, but it's a process. Especially guys that have been gone.
It's definitely a process, life, and give yourself grace. Yeah. Give it and be patient with yourself because it's not easy. It takes about 2.5 years, maybe 3 years, even with support, for you to even get yourself grounded and get yourself together. Seriously, financially, everybody has mental health issues, whether you were in prison or not. The guests up here, myself, I'm in therapy every Thursday.
Me too.
I'm qualified for, I have my certifications in mental health, suicide, depression, all of that stuff. But I've been through a lot of trauma the last 14, 15 months. Losing my fiance, losing John, his wife, Carlos. Shout out to Carlos, my baby Carlos Andrews. Him dying. Los. Saved by him. Like, I've lost a lot. I've lost 22 people in the last 15 months, and I'm very close to about 10 of them. So I've been through a lot. All me almost dying. But I keep pushing through because I know that, Allah's not done with me.
And you still got to run for governor, too.
Oh, my God. If y'all everybody wants me to run for councilwoman in Virginia Beach.
Why not? Never mind. I ain't trying to put you on. I'm going to be quiet. But never mind.
I would be the politician that probably would kick off because I'm not, I can't play those games.
Hey. The people have spoken. I'm just saying.
They've been even John. John told me too before he died. A couple of months before he died, he was like, "You should run for councilwoman." And I know people would back me, but it's like I don't know about that because I'd probably be ready to choke somebody for real.
Hey, we need some people in there that's be ready to choke somebody because man, things are crazy.
It's just the games is just too much for me, and I don't take people's lives lightly. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably be the one that they try and kick off or try and dig up scandal. I ain't got no scandal going on, but I don't have time for I don't have time. I just don't.
Because you're too honest, man. If you're honest and you care about people, but I'm not gonna go. But listen, let me.
You know how many times I got asked, Why am I going so hard for Travion? Seriously. And me, I would say, well, why aren't you going hard for him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was your response?
Well, the first few times it was like, because I want to. And then after that, I had to really process and think about what I was saying. And I'm like, why wouldn't I want to fight for a young black boy that does not deserve to die in prison for stealing $60, 2 cell phones, and 2 joints? Why? Why wouldn't I? He's made United States history. Why wouldn't I want to fight for him? That made, like, it's nothing for me to stay up 3 hours of the night, putting petitions together, reading his stuff, you know, and everything that I did, meeting with John, late nights, getting stuff together, packets together, knowing that we had to go to the Virginia Supreme Court. Like, just, man, look, the joy in the seeing him come out of Greensville, out of that van.
I know that was crazy.
I will never forget it.
I know that was crazy.
Ever. That was one of the best days of my life.
That's it.
Best days of my life.
I mean, like you said,
cool.
7.5 years.
And he's so grateful though, you know, I was supposed to have moved and everything, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that. It's not my time to go. I can't, I have to be there just in case. Because it was times I had to pop up. We would have to pop up and we get information the night before that I was like, damn, okay, we got to go to Richmond. We got to do this. We got to do that. Even when he was coming home, we didn't know until the night before that he was being released.
Right. That's
he got it before us, actually. He was before us.
Okay.
Because his counsel told him. But even things like that, I'm like, I got to be on point with this stuff, and I have to be ready. So I don't have to get ready.
I want to talk to bro and just ask him like about moments like that when he got the call, when they called him to the office, stuff. I just, you know what I'm saying, when he was able to call y'all and say, you know, I just want to know. I would like to hear him express the feeling behind that. That to me, that I would title that the feeling of freedom, and just
because even with the even him getting in the car and he was sick.
Yeah.
He was the motion sickness, and his first meal at Hardee's, and you know, coming home to his all his family being at his mom's house, him laying eyes on his daughters. One of them he had never seen in person, and the other one he had only seen, I think, 2 or 3 times. Like, those moments you can't get back. Those moments are precious. You know, it was beautiful. All of it was just beautiful. Just beautiful. I love him. That's my dude. I love him.
I already know, man. We appreciate the fact that you love him, man. Because whether we know each other or not, you know, by default we a fraternity. So we love, because we don't have the support we need. You know, we don't have the support we need a lot of times from flesh and blood and, you know, stuff like that. So when we see people like you, it means a lot, whether we watching from afar or we being, you know, affected by it immediately, man. So again, salute to you and everybody else.
I'm gonna always go hard for those incarcerated and viewers and anybody that's gonna play this back. Not everybody in prison belongs there. Let me get that out the way. Not everybody in there is guilty of a crime. How about if they are guilty of a crime, they have redeemed themselves and they out here doing great. Life is one of the people I'm talking about.
Thank you.
He's always had a gentle soul, always a gentleman, always a beautiful personality, always wanted to help. Always. He did his time, and that's that. So stop counting people out. Please stop counting people out. Now, I've had situations in prison speaking with, you know, some men and stuff like that. Some of them can be a little much. Or, I've had incidents where people are sitting in the front row and not doing things that they're supposed to be doing. I can write a book on that. Dealing with CEOs who are racist that don't even want to say good morning to me, and they know damn well that they got to walk me from the front to the back.
I can only imagine.
And you won't even say good morning to me
because they know what you're there for. You trying to put them out of work. They don't want you there.
I've been called a black bitch, and I overheard that, and I had to call him out.
What that was that?
A CEO in the infield saying, "Who's this black bitch?" And I heard him, and I addressed him, and he turned big red in his face.
Good.
Big red in his face. I said, "Now, if I tell your superior and report you, is that going to do anything?" I doubt it. I don't even want to do that. But I checked him.
Yeah.
I checked him, and no, that was you. I heard what I heard. Even the brothers heard what you heard, and I had to tell the brothers, chill. I don't want nothing happening to this man. I seen that you seen and heard what was going on. Like, it's okay, I'll be that black bitch.
And we protect Miss Monique. She is protected. She's one of ours. Anybody, it is what it is. But yeah, I think of you coming into the prisons, that type of opposition, the tension. I think about just knowing that you're going into that, having to prepare yourself mentally.
I always pray before I go in.
Yeah.
I pray even harder when I gotta go in the women's prison, because that's a whole different vibe. The men's prison, it's a whole different.
Hey.
I gotta really brace myself before I enter into anyone's facility. They always receive me well, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Sometimes the first 2 years I sat down and when I would leave the prisons, I would cry. Because that's how emotional it is for me. You standing there teaching, and I always fill out the I always pack the visiting room or the gym. Sometimes everybody want to come.
Yeah.
And all praises be to Allah that they always want to come in my classes and want to hear me speak and want to hear and get jewels from me or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's something that makes me emotional when I'm standing in front of, I see my brothers, 75% of the crowd is black or Latino. Yeah. It bothers me. And I tell the brothers all the time, like, you've seen it, and I'm like, I need y'all to stay the fuck up out of here, because we need y'all. Like, I'll do that on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how you pull up, though.
Right. I'm like, look, they got their backs. Like, stay out of here. I need you to stay out of here. And so far, so good. And I don't have a problem. Everybody is always asks me, you're not scared? You're not scared? You're not scared? Scared of what? Going into prison? Still dealing with returning citizens when they get? I'm like, these brothers is all my students.
Yeah.
They're not going to let nobody do nothing to me. And they're not going to do nothing to me. Now, I know I've used discernment and stuff. Majority of the time, 95% of the time, I know everybody's record because I have access to that.
Yeah.
So I know what charges are. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be around somebody that raped women and pedophiles. And I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm saying this on record. I'm just not. I'm not going to ever put myself in that situation. But it's like, yeah, I love DeMarcus Wade. I love Darryl Redmond. I love you. I love Freddie. I love Troy Catchmore, Paul Teller, Azim Majid. Y'all are my brothers.
Yeah.
Y'all are my brothers. And all of y'all are doing great, and it makes me happy. So, like, to see everybody come home, and maybe three has returned back to prison, but they were all under the age of 30. So they probably needed to go back to get some self-education and reassess themselves. And I always know who's going back. Always know.
Yeah.
They're not listening. So anytime the so-called friends are coming home And the first thing they're doing is, let's go to the strip club. Let's go smoke. I got this Patron. I got this Henny.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're not doing, like, you can't do that. And you got to report to your PO at the end of the week. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Too many guys are going home, getting a chance of their freedom. I know guys that had made parole and weren't supposed to, in their eyes, was never going to make parole. Went home, either OD'd or got locked back up in like the first 6 months. Went straight back into the streets. Yeah.
Straight back. Or somebody that came home, did 12 years, he was home all a month. And got violated because he wanted to smoke. But he probably was doing that inside, so.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. But my main focus on going forward is the return of citizens, and ultimately, hopefully, my goal in life is to open a re-entry center for returning citizens, because it's needed. Y'all come home with nothing. No resources, no nothing. Y'all come home to Medicaid and food stamps, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, hey, it's the crazy. When I came home, honestly, I think I only had I had a little bit over 1,000 that they make it save in there. And when I came home, we pulled up in the driveway. One of the tires went flat, and the circuit breaker had to be replaced because it had blown, and all my money was gone. Hey, look, I want to segue into this point because I got thrown into a crash course. If I didn't have the support around me, man, and I think about the guys and the women that are coming home with no support, and that's why it's important to have you up here. It's important to hear the voices of not those that are incarcerated, but the ones that are fighting, the ones that are there to be patient with them. And again, I just want to take the time out to salute. But can you just talk to anybody maybe that hasn't been in a situation to deal with somebody that's incarcerated or hasn't had to, which seems almost impossible nowadays? What are some things, because you kind of touched on it a little bit in the relationship aspect, but what are some things people need to know specifically through your eyes when it comes to somebody coming home from incarceration? Like, what do they need to equip themselves with as far as being able to support them or be there with them?
Get out of the overbearing mode. We're women, I'm like for women and mothers and even big brothers and big uncles and stuff like that. You can't be overbearing. It's too much. Like, it's just way too much. You can't do this, like talking at somebody. It's not your child, it's your man, it's your son, they're grown, you know. Let them fumble the ball sometimes with the learning process when it comes to maybe the cell phone. All right, sit down, we're going to teach you how to knock this cell phone out, features and stuff like that. But give them a chance to just try and do those type of things themselves. If they are going out, maybe clothes shopping, or maybe even just going out to eat at a restaurant with their brothers, their friends, or maybe their sisters, or whatever, don't call them every 3 seconds. You don't have to do stuff like that. You're not their mother.
Yeah.
You either gonna worry or pray, but you can't do both. You either gonna worry or pray about that said person, but you can't do both. Give up control. You have to give up some of that control. And again, allow them, for the men, the husbands coming home, sisters, allow them to lead. Even if you know, oh, this is not going to be a good idea, or damn, he said he's going to pay the light bill. but it's due in 2 days. I wonder if he remembers. Trust him enough to do stuff like that. You got to trust them to do stuff like that. Listen to understand. Don't listen to reply. Because you don't know what they've been through. That place is, look, I've been inside themselves. In Sussex, I teach on the pods. So, like, I know mentally what it can do to a person. I was in ICU almost a year ago. Not one person could visit me. Almost died from COVID. So they were signing me off and everything. And I was in that room for almost a month by myself. And nobody could see me but my doctor and my 2 nurses. And even on my deathbed, critically ill, could not breathe. They didn't even think I was going to make it past the 4th day. I was still thinking about y'all. I was saying, this is what it feels like for the brothers and sisters who are in cells. This is how I feel. That I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't. And when I got that fresh breath of air, when the lady next door to me died in the hospital, and I was like, y'all not holding me in here no more. My sister tried. Some of them is up here on this in the comments right now. They are my witnesses. I left and then told not one person couldn't even walk. But I'm leaving that room in tears with my nurse, and she's like, Monique, she rolled with me. she said, Monique, she crying too because she loved me, and she's like, you gotta get in this wheelchair. I cannot even walk you to the car. I can't even walk you to your Uber because it's against policy. She's crying, ready to lose her job for me and everything. I'm like, no, I got this. I'm just gonna have to do it. But I'm saying that because I'm thinking, my last look back at that room, and I still thought about y'all. And I was like, I know through this crisis, everybody was locked down for months and couldn't even come out to shower because they didn't know what to do with the COVID crisis. And I couldn't even imagine. So when I got home, which was a whole task for me in itself, trying to get in here, peeing on myself, going to the bathroom myself. I had to wait for a private nurse to come and just sitting on the floor crying. Still thinking about y'all. And I kept thinking about that room, and I kept thinking about Sussex, and I kept thinking about this, and I kept thinking about that. And I'm sitting there like, that is just a lonely place to be. But I'm going to roll it back. I said that not to make it about me, but I said all of that because I've never been locked up in prison. I've never been locked up, but to go through that every day for 19 years possibly, I would have lost my mind. And for me to say that, to answer your question, sisters, give your men grace. They ain't got all the answers. They damn sure ain't perfect. Hell, these dudes out in the free world is far from perfect. Believe that. Just give them grace. And if you go hang in there, don't throw nothing in their face. I did this for you. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. I got a roof over your head. I did this. I did that. I did this. It's a lie. The psychological warfare the brothers go through and the sisters go through, being incarcerated and coming home is not a game.
Yeah.
None of the brothers can't really deal with me unless they get in mental health. And they don't want to be without me and not giving thanks for that. So they do it. They go.
Yeah.
I know. In order for you to deal with me, you got to get some mental health therapy. And you ain't got to pay for any services when it comes to me being a coach.
Right.
Because I became a coach for y'all. I don't even be getting paid for that shit.
Yeah. Passion. It's where your heart is.
You know, and it's all good. I mean, it's all good because I know what I signed up for. I mean, I got other clients outside of, other people, but it's like, man, I just love y'all. I want to see everybody do great. I want to see everybody do great. I might have hung up my advocacy hat. I had to do that for me because it's just so much so time consuming and just so much. And
I want to. Can you talk about that? Because we coming to a close. I wanted to lead to this point because I want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? People, former advocate, whatever. We see you how we see you. You know what I'm saying? But we also understand those of us that are with you, that talk to you, that know what's going on. We also know, yo, you got to breathe. Like, if anybody deserves to breathe right now, we know who deserves to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I want you to talk about self-care because a lot of times, even myself personally, I'm an advocate as well in my own way. I'm a principal here in Atlanta to a beauty school, which is weird. And I'm pouring out. And I came to a point where I hit a wall. A lot of us hit walls because when we're in the field of advocacy, when we're in the field of leadership, because true leadership is nothing more than serving others around you. When you're a teacher, when you're a counselor, when you're any of these things, a lot of us end up hitting walls because we don't know how to pull back. We just keep giving, pouring out, and never get poured into. I wanted you, like, the whole basis of this. I mean, I'm glad and I want to do a part 2. I feel like there's so much more, but I wanted you to talk about self-care because I felt like when you put that boundary up and you said, hey, I'm falling back right now. And it might be indefinite. I don't know, but this is what it is. It takes courage to do that because a lot of times we find our value with titles or certain positions, roles, etc. We don't want to let it go. I never thought that about you, and but that's why a lot of people, they stay in a role and then they get burnt out.
Yeah.
You did it, and not only did you do it, everybody's like, when was you going? We were waiting for you to chill out. You know what I'm saying? X, Y, Z ago. So, but just talk about self-care. Like, please, just talk about that.
Oh man, self-care is very important. I promote it all the time on my social media pages. I just had a nice self-care day too. It's very important to have those me days. I do it all the time. I do not talk to people after 6 o'clock anymore, Monday through Friday. Weekends, I don't answer my phone to anybody because I had to set the tone for that because my phone goes off.
Yeah.
Some people took it as me retiring as an advocate, like, yeah, okay, Mo, that you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, because I'm always helping people, but that's just me. That's just who I am. I'm like, okay, you see, I'm not taking a case. I just got somebody today in my inbox asking me, I know you're retired, but I have a $3,000 retainer, can you, and I'm like, no, it's nothing like my peace of mind and guarding my mind at this point. I'm still healing from everything that I've been through, and I cannot put 150% of me into this work if I'm not good to me. I tell people all the time, I love my son. I have one biological son, Trayvon. I love my son. I love my bonus sons. But I love me first. Because I can't be good to my son if I'm not good to me. So I know I hear mothers all the time, I love my children, I love my children, they come before me. No, my son don't come before me. I come before anybody because I will not be any good to my baby. My son is 30. I won't be good to him at all if I'm not good to myself.
Yeah.
So people, please make sure that you put yourself first. Yeah. And I know some people be like, God, my children, and me, or God, my children, and my husband. Even with that, like, we are God. We were made in His image, so we God. So yeah, you put God first. God is you. And I know that might go over people's heads, and that might be too much, but you know how I teach life. You know how I teach.
Yeah.
I get that. I get all of the spiritual aspect of it. Like, I get all of it. But as I said, I have to put me first. Self-care is important. Them little reflexologies I be getting from Groupon, necessary. Pedicures, necessary. Even when I buy hair to braid my hair, necessary. That's self-care. If I want to go get a piece of cheesecake, self-care. Y'all know I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. If I just want to stare at his pictures all day, self-care. I'm just saying. You gotta put yourself first. And not only that, life cannot possibly be work and come home. Work, school, come home, kids, husband, wife. It cannot possibly be that. It can't. It just can't. It just cannot. I would not live my life like that because I'm merely existing. So again, live your life. Just live. Take the little quick weekend trip. I seen that beautiful trip you and your wife went on with the water, and I don't know where y'all was at. I was like, I want to go there. I need to call life.
That's what we do.
Beautiful.
We dip out for the weekend.
Right there where he's at, in that very spot. I don't know where I was at, but I was blown away by the videos and the pictures, and it was beautiful. That's my type of thing, water. Yeah. I live right by the beach. I have to be by water. Shout out to my sister Monique J. She's on this. She's on the comment line. We're always at the beach with our chairs, taking in the moon, in the water, and having our circles and stuff like that. It's important. Like, it's really, really important to have self-care. And whatever you deem in your mind with self-care is, and it could be a Hershey bar. I'm serious. And you literally enjoying it, sitting on your couch. That is self-care.
Yeah.
It's not worrying about everything. Just like, especially when stuff is out of your control. Like, just, that don't have nothing to do with what I just said, but just worrying. Y'all worrying too much about nothing. It's going to work itself out, I promise you.
Stress kills.
Does.
Stress kills. I know that, you know what I'm saying? I've had health issues from stress, worrying about. And I'm 39, and it took me 39 years, I think, to learn a lot of what you just said about self-care, about setting boundaries, about saying no, about treating myself. It's crazy, but there's so many people that fall into that group. That's why I wanted you to touch on that.
It's true. And some people say that I'm very nonchalant. It's not that I'm nonchalant. Life is just, you're not going to stress me about what's worrying, what you deemed as worrying to you and to me is really not that serious.
Yeah. You don't have to get caught up in their emotion.
I'm not, because emotion, when you're emotional, it will supersede your intelligence.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking, because everything, how you respond to everything is going to be emotion, which equals disaster sometimes.
Right.
Because you're already mentally on a weak foundation, so it's just a matter of time for you to face a crumbling disaster.
Ask me how I know.
I mean, seriously, like,
yeah.
You know, I have my moments, you know, I'm going through stuff. I cry, I meditate, I pray through the day. I do all of those things. I'm human. For some reason, everybody thinks that I'm just this invincible. I'm a strong woman.
Yeah.
But everybody just thinks that, I don't know, like I'm made out of steel or something. I can't explain it. But, I mean, you know, it's all good. And I don't think that I put that out there to perceive. That's just, I am strong. But
I get it.
You know.
Yeah.
It's tough, but it can be done.
It's a weight. And I had, you know, even myself, like a couple of days ago, I had to announce to the world and just let everybody know, like, hey, I got stuff going on behind the scenes, regardless of what you see. And that's the other thing, I'm gonna segue to this next point, but regardless to what you see, a lot of times when you see people like Miss Monique, I'm thinking about Lisa Speed, I'm thinking about certain names. we forget that they got their own life and their own problem. We get, we're not wrong in it, in the sense of if our motive isn't in that place, but a lot of times we're just caught up in the fact of how they're helping us deal with our problems. But we forget they got to balance themselves out and process certain things and get into a certain mode and reflect before they can even start addressing what you got going on. So, man, if you got somebody in your life that's fighting for you, if you got somebody in your circle that always seems like they're the go-to people, the one that you always call on, they never fail you, man, take the time out to truly check on them, make sure they're good. Yeah, and give them some off time, because unfortunately people like us, sometimes we don't know how to give ourselves off days. So when we got the right people around us, y'all know how to help us with that. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Most definitely. And it's okay not to be strong.
Yeah.
I've learned that the last year. Yeah. When I'm not feeling like a superwoman, I'm gonna put my cape down. Yeah. I'm not feeling strong today. Something could have triggered me. I could have drove somewhere. I could have, the other day I was, my girlfriend, she passed away like 3 weeks before Wayne passed away. And a video popped up of her, and then a video popped up of him. So I'm just like, and I was in a good mood, about to go out and everything. That man, I had to get myself totally together. Yeah. Totally together. Again, you're human, and this thing called life ain't easy at all. I don't give a goddamn what nobody say. This shit ain't easy.
Not at all. I want to give you, I definitely wanted to give you time to, because you touched on a little bit of everything. I don't know if you touched too much on the author aspect, but I just want,
I have my book coming out.
Yeah, I want you to touch on everything you got going on, all your projects, the awards ceremony, anything you need the public to know that they should know, they could get involved with, support, anything. All
right, cool. Tatanisha, I see your question, and I'm going to answer it as soon as I finish this, and then we can wrap it up. I'm going to go. I don't know if you see the question from Tan's 4 Babies life. She just highlighted it, but I'll get back to that in a second for you, sis.
I got you right here. What about the weight that the woman carries? How do we support our men and perform self-care to even be able to support them? It's really hard.
All right, sis. All right, let me just answer this first then, and then we can close out with, what I got going on. Okay, what about the weight that the woman carries? How do we support our men and perform self-care to even be able to support them? So, the first thing for me, I think I probably pretty much laid it out earlier on, but just the first thing is just like the whole overbearing thing. Just try not to be overbearing, because it pushes them away. It really does. Not in the sense of they don't love you anymore or don't want to be with you. It's just a lot for them to process when they're trying to get their manhood together. Yeah. So, just listening, studying your man is very important. Study your man, the mood swings, to see how he's shifting. See if he's even shifting. Seeing if he's having an off day, because you'll know he's having an off day. Even how he's acting, even how he's feeling when he's making love to you, you're going to feel it because energy is real. Y'all have to, women, the ladies too, don't get yourself so wrapped up with him, you start losing yourself. And I see it all of the time.
Yeah.
Not even with women dealing with men coming home from prison, women out here in the free world. They get so wrapped up in that said person that they can't even see past themselves. So then the worrying kicks in. and then the crying kicks in, and he don't care, and then he probably do. Men just deal shit differently than the way we do. Seriously, I say all the time, you can agree with me, and you don't have to agree with me. Women are 75% rational, 75% emotional, and 25% rational. That's just how we were made. Everything cannot be dealt on emotions, and don't take everything personal.
Right.
Because once you start doing those two things, it's going to cause a road of chaos, unnecessary chaos. You knew what you signed up for.
Yeah.
When you were able to do. I did a bit. My son's father did some. I was real young. Real young. My baby was a newborn when his father got locked up. I know how that felt dealing with somebody. I did a bit with somebody else 5 years. I know how that felt. I'm that girl too. What else do I want to say? If you want to support your men, just listen. Just listen to understand. And everything doesn't have to be an issue or a situation and you're trying to fix them. Stop trying to fix them. They'll do it. You can give, little helpful hints and stuff like that. Babe, I'm doing therapy this week. I know you just did a long stint. It's all about tone of deliverance as well. You want to see your therapist as well? I think that'll be good. It's just, if your tone of deliverance is good, 9 out of 10 times your man will go with the flow with you. Everything don't have to be an argument. Everything does not have to be an argument. I've never had one argument with my man. Not one. Everything don't have to be an argument. No, we did have an argument. We had one right before he passed away. But everything does not have to be an argument. Everything does not have to be a situation. As far as how do you take care of yourself in order, I guess, to take care of him, you just take care of yourself. You keep doing the same shit you was doing when he got home. You just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you're a party girl, that's a no-no. When you're having stuff, all that stuff got to slow down. But it's difficult but it's not difficult, if that makes sense. It's difficult in the sense of you may not know how to deal with their mental health issues. And you don't know what to do for them. And that's the main thing that's going on. Brothers, you wondering, well, why are you getting up 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning? Because that's the time he had to eat breakfast. So he won't get up 4:35 in the morning.
I get up every morning at 3:30 to this day.
All y'all get up around that time. Travion still gets up real early as well. It's just y'all spend so much time in prison that like you gotta catch your breakfast. You gotta catch your breakfast is like 5 in the morning, lunch is at 11 in the morning, and then dinner's at 4. So that it's crazy. It's a toxic routine, but it's a routine.
Yeah.
That they've been dealing with for years, and you just have to try and flow with it. How about doing a massage together and just let's go for a walk? Now you can't help. You can try, but you can't help if you have a man that's sheltered, don't want to talk and shut down and stuff. That can be frustrating and very difficult. Some men just don't like to talk. They just watch and just observe. They just don't. That's just who they are. And if you know that, then and it's just not working for you, then maybe you need to reassess the relationship and the situation.
Yeah.
But as far as self-care is concerned, you make sure you're taking care of yourself. And please believe me, men are not that complex. Like, they're really not that complex. When you start to show, like, all right, I'm doing me, please believe me, you're going to be up in that ass the next week or the weekend. Where are you going? I'm coming with you. And I ain't saying,
we're simple
about it.
We're simple.
They really are.
Like,
all you really gotta do is just be left alone for a couple of hours a day and for us to feed you, for real.
have a stomach full, rub us, talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that's like we are so simple.
And you have to. I don't like stroke your ego. I don't like that phrase. You have to nurture their egos. You have to pour
Nurture, yeah.
And the same thing goes with the men with their women.
Yeah.
You know how much a long way will be us just washing dishes and they'll come behind us and give us a kiss on the neck. We love stuff like that.
Right.
I tell my son all the time, and my son is on his, I think he's still on this platform right now. I seen him earlier up here. And my daughter-in-law too. Tell my son all the time, don't you ever get too comfortable with her. Mm-hmm. Ever. Don't get too comfortable. And that's where, whether you locked up, whether you came home, or whatever, people get too comfortable in relationships, and that's the problem in itself. I tell my son all the time, keep a spark. Because my son is like Travion. Like, he go to work, he come home. He go to work, he come home. And my daughter, she's a little like her mother-in-law. Come on, girl, let's go. Let's just
social. She's a social. Yeah, she's social. She's outgoing.
And you have to have balance, and you have to make sure that the little look. The Dollar Tree cards are $2 for $1. Mm-hmm. Put that on her car window. Put that in the bathroom. Get her Hershey. Get her favorite bar of candy is a Snicker. We don't even care about price.
Yeah.
Just, like stuff like that goes a long way.
Effort.
Because being to shit, relationships is work.
Yeah.
Like, it's work. Whatever next relationship I ever, because I'm open to love again, my man died and everything, but I know he would want me to go on with my life because shit.
Yeah.
He a man, he probably would have been up in 3 women by now. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it up.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, whoever captures my heart, you know, these are the things little things like that I love. And one thing about me, you lead right, I'm a very submissive woman. But you know that about me, life. Yeah. Like, no, the cooking, clean, like I'm a very submissive wife. But you know, the 4 attributes of a man is to God, provide, protect, guide, and direct. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's difficult for people to have those qualities out here, and they battle. I don't know, Tanisha, if I like completely answered your question, but I just you focus on your self-care, and if you want to do things and stuff like that, get the massages together, and if he doesn't want to do it, that's on him.
Yeah, we're gonna get this panel with T Spills and Bars, and you know, again, not to put you on, but if you're on board, I'd like to really go into just dedicate some time in the relationships and really go into the ins and outs and really get into it, because a lot of people, they want to know, they're going through it, you know, they have been through it, they want answers, they want insight. I want to definitely, I'm looking forward to that.
I wanted to do a battle of the sexes.
We talked about that yesterday. I had announced with Bars on there I was gonna get the debate club, because my brother, he got the debate club approved up at Lawrenceville. So I said I was gonna reflect it out here and start getting some intelligent debates going. You know, positive vibes only, but that's how you grow. You got to have people that look at things different, and come. You know, that's how you grow. You know what I'm saying? You got to challenge each other every now and then.
Absolutely.
I want to, you know, I want to shift back. And thank you for answering that, taking the time out to answer that question. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting, interacting with the live, hopping up here, watching, whatever. You know, again, thank you guys, pushing the algorithm, helping get the message out there, pushing the conversation. So thank you for answering the question, Miss Monique, because that's deep, and I know just that question, you can go 2 hours on that right there.
Oh, really can.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into that. But I want people to know what's good, because the award ceremony, I'm not stuck. I'm in Atlanta by choice, but And when I see y'all in VA and the awards ceremony, I'll be like, man, I want to go to. I'm down here in the A though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a bit of it. Like, please tell people what's going on and if they can get involved, how they can get involved, how they can contact you, just everything. Even though, you know, a lot of people already know you, but.
All right. So I have my book was actually, my birthday is on November 13th. I'll be 51. I was supposed to have released my book on that day. But there's a lot of stuff going on, so I'm pushing it back until the spring. Okay. And every time I come across something, I'm adding chapters.
Adding to it.
Right. The name of my book is called Pain Has Purpose. So that, you know, that alone explains itself. Like,
sounds like a New York Times bestseller to me.
I received that. I definitely received that. And you know, the crazy thing is, I wrote the book and it was completed 3 weeks before Wayne passed away, and then he, you know, we went to the hospital and everything happened, and so it was completed. But when I came out of the hospital, out of ICU, I added like 7 to 8 more chapters because I had been through so much in that time span. I had to, and so it's just this journey of writing this book has been incredible. And ironically, I'm glad I didn't send it to get it printed out yet, because then I want to add in another chapter.
It's gonna be 2025, and you're gonna be adding. You need a word of advice, real quick, is you need to put it out and then just start book 2.
I'm gonna have to do something, because this last chapter I just put in. I named it "Don't allow your pain to punk you." And I went on and on and on, and I'm just like, man, when spirit speaks, you listen. You know what I'm saying? And when you know, like I said, I do meditation and yoga and praying a lot. Things come to me all the time. But I'm grateful I put that in there. So that'll be out in the spring when it gets warmer. I have my fall re-entry award ceremony coming up. Wow. The first one I had was in spring. Some people are asking, why are you having another one? I'm having another one, well, because I can. And 2 is because people don't forget nothing, because it did say I would have 2 in 1, because the one from spring was really from the year before, but I was in critical condition, so we couldn't have it then. Yeah. So it's just, you know, it's basically 2 in 1 year. But I think I'm going to have it every spring and every fall, because there's just so many wonderful brothers and sisters out there to award that's out, you know, came home and doing their thing. So that will be October 23rd at the 757 Events venue in Virginia Beach. Shout out to the owner, Karen Stallings. And I have categories of Prison Activist of the Year, Prison Reform Activist, Youth Activist. I have Advocate of the Year, people that's really putting in work. I have a Sergeant of the Year award, because I know one particular, you know, this young lady, she takes her job seriously, and she really helps. You know, so a lot of CEOs get bad reps, you know.
Shout out to the security that actually treats people that are incarcerated like humans.
Right. So I'm acknowledging them too. I'm acknowledging the peer specialists, peer recovery specialists, you know, the activist of the year is going to be Paul Taylor. Youth activist is Troy Ketchmore. Kencherry Bailey, he's author of the year. Shout out to Tassara. I see you, sis. I'm giving out about 16 awards, and I'm excited about it. Like I'm gonna
come crash the party. I'm gonna come. Y'all ain't gonna keep having fun without me.
You ain't gonna crash. You gonna be. I'm gonna honor you next year. How about that? I'm
gonna come up. I'm still on. Man, I'm still on pro. They won't let me off because I'm interstate. But anyways, I'm gonna get up there because I just want to say I mean, I don't think it's ever been done. That's first and
Nope.
foremost. So let's shout out to the pioneers that are doing things. Often you don't meet people that do something for the first time or invent things or whatever. So shout out for that.
It was so successful too. Like the
Yeah.
first time. When y'all get a chance, go to my website. Some of the pictures are up there. www.moniqueyesenia.com, and you'll see some of my pictures from me honoring Black women 2 months ago. There's a few. Shout out to Cocoa Butter. She was Radio Personality of the Year. She was formerly on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Her voice is incredible. She just made me a great commercial. Like, she's so awesome and so dope. So we had that for Black women, specifically for Black women. So I need to be honoring you and your life, actually. And the first re-entry ceremony was epic. It was incredible. We had the people who was doing our documentary. They actually flew down from LA and Utah. And we had some heavy hitters in that room. Just to support big names. Like, I was blown away. It was so beautiful. It was not one dry eye in there.
I already know.
Not one dry eye. Just to see brothers like Brother Khalid, emotional. Shout out to Darnell Phillips. Oh man, like, it was so. I was so mad when I looked at my pictures because my makeup had ran and everything. I looked a total mess.
Yeah, you in a room full of quote unquote hardened criminals.
Right.
And what people need to know about a lot of times about us, quote unquote, and don't get me wrong, there's monsters in this world, but like a lot of us, quote unquote, hardened criminals, we got the biggest hearts. Like, we got the softest heart. We just needed love, and when we get the love, we turn into big, gigantic, walking teddy bears. A lot of times.
Yes, y'all are. Yeah. The sweetest guys ever. And anytime I have anything, I also want to say this. I create platforms. So shout out to my girl, Jessica Smith. She's always holding me down. She just be popping up and working and holding me down. I want to say, too, I create these things like the award ceremony. I create the Hampton Library, gave me the library, the room for an entire year, once a month, to do what I do. And you might see my name on a flyer as quote unquote hosting, but I make sure I put the guys out there to run any seminars I'm doing concerning mental health, concerning the youth, whatever it is. I make sure I do that because I want them to report that stuff to probation and stuff. Because they really are active and they're really out here doing it. And if I can do anything to try and get probation and all that stuff cut short for them, I'm going to do it, especially when I see for myself with my own eyes that they're putting in the work and they're doing great. Because probation can hold you up from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Trouble is the number one thing.
Yeah.
And so I sit in my house. I'm in my office right now in my house, and I sit here sometimes with this pad and my pen, and when things come to me, I just write it down and I try and create as much content as much as possible so I can see the brothers and sisters be released earlier than they should, or whatever I can do for them. For me, this is not a game.
Nah.
For me, this is me with a whole heart. What I do, it's not for accolades. It's not to brag. It's not to show off. It's not to do anything some people may think. I go hard for those in prison, and it don't stop for me when they get home. I'm there by everybody's side. And I just don't like when people just give up on people who are really trying. And you got some manipulators and
Yeah.
some guys want to try and get closer to me and thinking, can you be my coach? Can you do this, that, and that? I can see right through that. I'm not stupid. Just to try and get with me or whatever. I see all of that stuff, but that's not going to ever happen. But it's just not a game for me.
Yeah. You fighting the clock. You fighting for people's lives. Like it can't be a game. And when you embark on that journey, you got to stay in a specific mode. You breathe, but when your purpose is your purpose, then that you're on the path. You're in it. Yeah. Salute.
I'm not gonna ever give up on my beliefs, my truth. I'm never gonna give up on the guys. I'm never gonna give up on my sisters. I'm just not. Like, shit, they need me just as much as I need them.
Yeah.
I've got the best advice from people coming home. I get the best advice or the most love from the brothers and sisters, and I know, it's genuine and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I just love y'all. I just do.
We love you. Salute to you. It's always a privilege and an honor. I know we're gonna cross paths many more times. Hey, my sister to many, some auntie, some mama, some, all that. But regardless, you a queen. Salute to you. Salute to everybody. Salute to the freedom fighters. There's not enough. Yeah, there's not enough. And remember, prisons don't have to exist theoretically when you think about it. But when people get locked up, not everybody that gets locked up is actually guilty. Over sentencing is real. And even for the guys that are doing light sentences, when you think about prisoners' rights, they're still humans. There's a situation currently in Alabama where they're under investigation for allowing Black inmates, their word inmates, but I'm gonna say prisoners. They've been allowing them to die, and they're under investigation for that. That's the accusation at this point. So we need people like Miss Monique Yesenia. We need anybody that's willing to step up and get active, because that's we need people that's really doing that trench work, man. So again, thank you.
Alabama's rough, and watch out for Fulton County in Georgia.
Yeah, but guess what?
Be there on that side of town, don't, because his brother's sitting in there right now that haven't even went to court, and all of my family out there.
Yeah, I live 10 minutes from Fulton County. I want to make sure. Yeah, so I'm right here. I'm in Atlanta. And it's don't get locked up in the A right now.
Please don't.
Don't get locked up anywhere.
Right.
But Georgia's hectic with the elections. If y'all paying attention, I'm not going to go too far in on Georgia and Atlanta, but a lot of people like coming to Atlanta. Plenty of opportunity, but it's hectic down here for us because when you look at the laws, the voter laws, Stacey Abrams, our current governor, going back for round 2, it's crazy. And that's why I say, I'm just using that to say, get active. If you don't want to be somebody that's directly active, if maybe you're not somebody that's a voice or somebody that's out front, you can still do your homework. You can still research. You can rally people. You can just vote. You can start putting people like Miss Monique Yesenia in positions of city council, mayor, and governor, because we can write her in on the ballot, and she'll never know. I'm gonna be your undercover campaign manager. I'm gonna get Freddie on board to help me put this together, and we're gonna go.
Oh my goodness!
You won't know. It's too late. But we appreciate you. If you're ever down here in the A, I know me and my wife, we would love for you to speak to the women in our school. Because man, you are an impactful speaker because you speak from a sincere place. So thank you.
Whenever y'all want me to come down, I'll actually be there. I think it's going to be on the other side of you, but I'll be down that way in December, actually.
Hey, let us know.
But yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I always open up the floor at the end for, I don't call them guests, my special co-hosts, to just say anything. The floor is open. It could be a message, it could be specific, it could be a lesson, it could be just whatever you want to say in a moment. Could be what you reflect, just anything, man. Something from Miss Monique.
What I would say is just, some people don't want to get involved, I get it. But if you see a petition going around, and especially coming from me, because I research everybody before I sign any petition. I'm just not signing a petition because my mother gave it to me, or because life gave it to me. I'm looking thoroughly, like, let me see what's going on with this person before I put my name to it. It's not going to hurt. I think I posted the other day, like, you can't say shit if you're not doing nothing about it other than complaining. Consistently complaining, just waking up just to complain about something is weak. Very weak.
Yeah.
So, like, signing a petition, making a phone call. Look, yesterday I put up a post, not bragging or anything like that. And I put $300 across the board on 10 people bucks. I wrote them some pictures, the JPEG. That shit took me like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I know $25 each or whatever the case. I gave my homegirl, she locked up. I gave her $75. I grew up with her. But I know that $25 can take them for phone time.
Yeah.
When people have not spoken to their children because they ain't got it, or their wife is struggling, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So, and they appreciate that. So I got replies back today how much they appreciated what I did. And some of them I wasn't even supposed to do it for. I had to do it through their family because I'm in the, that's a conflict or whatever. But just get involved. If you see an article that's like something like Trayvon's, or something like that, or a wrongful conviction or whatever, just read it and thoroughly and like I said, sign the petitions, make those phone calls matter.
Yeah.
Those letters matter. Like, they all matter. And when you bombard them the way I bombard them,
yeah, that pressure,
they don't like it.
Nah.
They don't want that coming towards them. They don't want anything. I had the whole entire world calling that governor office every day, 500 times a day. And to the point the secretary knew who I was.
Yeah.
My voice and everything. And so they were being slammed. Like, they were being literally slammed with phone calls and stuff like that. And so that boy liked to Trayvon.
Yeah.
It's you, the people, who really helped get him home, because I was just the microphone for real. Y'all just, y'all was outrage.
It was ridiculous.
This prison pipeline thing, always say it needs to be broken and destroyed, because they are banking off of bodies. They are banking off of black and brown bodies. They are banking off of poor white people. They're banking. Anytime you see private prisons pissed off at the state because they're releasing people and because they want their money.
Yep.
You think these people care? You think Lawrenceville care? You think these private prisons, they don't care? They're stocking in us. It's stocking us. And they don't give a god. They don't care as long as they get in their checks. These celebrities got money invested in stocks in these prisons. Even like, Trayvon, what did he do to warrant this? I ask myself that all the time. He didn't deserve any of this. Was he wrong for tagging along? I guess I would say, I don't even know if I want to say yes or no to that. He was 14, but hanging around with adults.
14, man.
Adults pushed him into this. So my whole thing is like that judge, which he was removed after Trayvon's case, by the way. That particular judge was an issue.
Good.
I know he was getting money behind this.
No question. And how many more?
And how many more? Just like the judge in Pennsylvania that got 28 years that was selling those children. He was just selling all of these children to private prisons to get money. So he can put his little fluffy white children to school while ours suffer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So children are suffering while their children is banking, going to get college degrees, driving nice cars, and all of that other extra stuff.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Is right. Welcome to America is not fair. So when I go hard. I'm not scared of no fucking body. Let me get that shit out the way. Not scared of nobody.
Brooklyn.
And nobody gonna tell me different because you're not living in my life. Because when I was up in Richmond and saying, okay, so why don't we all go to the hood for a weekend and spend the night in the projects for a whole weekend with just $7 a piece in our pocket? Well, y'all know how to survive for that? I do. I'm from the hood. I know how to survive for $7 for a whole week.
Question.
So, let's go spend the night in the empty apartments out there, get some air mattresses, live off the $7 each, and see how you make out that whole 72 hours. Then let's go door to door and speak to the people and have a town meeting. Only one person was with it. Nobody else cared. But this is where we at. This is where we at. Just get involved if you can, if you feel like it, if you feel drawn to do so. A signature takes all of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It can go a long way. You could be that 200,000 person to sign a signature, and that's what they need. That's what the government needs or the state needs. You could be that person to get that person out of prison.
That's it. Like literally, you could be the key. There's some other people that might be, be turning. And like she said, she was the mic, but there's other people who are going to support. But a lot of times people would get active. They don't know how to get active, or they need somebody or something to rally behind. Like
I've seen that a lot too. And, people that want to advocate, they be like, how, what did you do? I'm like, just do it.
Just do it.
I can't even explain it. Like,
right.
I just did it.
It's just do it. It's just make calls. It's be concerned. It's just help get support. It's just rally the troops, call the cry and just get people active when it comes to the situation. It doesn't always have to be about incarceration. It could be any situation. You can literally
do you know how, our people are so afraid.
Yeah.
They're scared of everything.
Yeah.
I had a young lady, she wants to sign. She created a whole fake email because she didn't want her name on the petition because of her job. I get it, but I don't get it. I'm like, what? How many freaking people in this world with your name, but she has a common name and common last name? I'm like, you. So now you're like, Nancy Owen now, and that's not your name. You created you went through all that just, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. It's not, what is it? Many are called. What is the word that they say? Many are called, few are chosen.
Many are called, few are chosen. Yeah.
I think that's the perfect description for it. You got to be built a certain way at the end of the day, but it's not to say that anybody can't do it. It's just, are you going to allow yourself to be that way? Are you going to allow yourself to step out from behind the fear and be selfless? Are you going to take the journey? Hopefully you do. Hopefully you've been motivated and inspired. Hopefully I get my sister back up for a part 2, because this is the longest live we did by far, but it was fire. Anybody, I might have said it before. None of this is scripted. None of that. It's all just natural conversation. Nothing's pre-planned, and that's the basis. That's how we keep it 100. We speak from the heart. We speak from our minds, and we give you us. So thank you for being a part of this, Miss Monique. Man, we appreciate you. We're grateful to be able to give you your flowers, and while you're here. Anybody, man, give your flowers to your people. You feel
Absolutely.
me? Like, please, man, while they here. Life is short. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the moments. Love each other. Listen to each other. Be kind to each other. There's too much anger and anxiety and all this weird negativity going on, man.
Weird
So
negativity. I like that.
yeah,
Weird negativity, yes.
it's weird, man. On that note, closing thoughts, closing words, Miss Monique.
No, thanks for my people who tuned in. Y'all are always riding with me. I appreciate y'all. Big shout out to my son who was the last comment. Peace and favors to mom and brother Chris. That's my baby.
Peace, man.
I appreciate everybody. I appreciate how everybody stuck by my side the last 10 years. And just was like, so Team Travion, so Team Javon, so Team Lewis, like everybody that cases that I've touched. I truly, truly, truly appreciate everyone. And that's that. Like, my journey, 10 years of advocating, has been absolutely incredible. Great legacy to leave behind. And
Far from over.
Far from over.
Spoiler alert.
Everybody say, people have questions though, and I'm always open to answer, but I'm not taking no more cases, y'all.
Right. Everybody's gonna try though.
Everybody's still trying.
Yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say, hey y'all, I understand. I get it. But my sister,
I get it too. Like, when I made that decision, it was
my sister's resting, man.
It was definitely tough, but it is what it is. I'll be back in the prisons again, and stuff, and teaching again, and that's pretty much it. Just doing a lot of reentry stuff, and speaking engagements, things like that. That's my focus, and trying to get this. Y'all put me in your prayers. I'm speaking into existence my reentry building. Because I'm not doing it the way the others do it. Just handing people papers and go to the food pantry on Wednesdays for free bread and peanut butter and all that, which all of that is all great and well. But what else, like, I want to set up classes for certifications and teach people how to make money and, like,
financial empowerment.
Right. Not just you walking into an office and getting a piece of paper with a list of things on it. No. Right. Like, people need help. Like, they need help. Man. So, hopefully, my award ceremonies and stuff is just the tip of the iceberg. And this building is going to come soon. And I'm excited. I'm just excited about life. I'm excited about breathing this air. I'm excited about you, brother, you home. I love it. I'm just excited, and I'm happy.
That's what's up. I'm happy that people...
this is my duty.
Yeah. I'm happy that I know good people in this world, because it's not always nice. And sometimes you need to know certain people or be connected to certain people, so you can be inspired, motivated, etc. You're one of those people that definitely, indirectly helps push a lot of what I do. Because when I started meeting people like you, I was like, oh yeah, when I come home, I'm about to get active. I was like, yeah.
I love it. Like, look at your platform. You have a great platform. You and your wife own a beauty school. Like, you doing it. You are out here doing. I'm so proud of you. And you been home 2 years, right?
2.5.
2.5 years, and you out here doing it. What is everybody's excuse, man?
Hey, anyway, I ain't got time to waste. That's all I know. I forfeited,
It's disrespectful to even waste time. It's just disrespectful.
Especially in today's day, man. Hey, real quick, random question before we go. When they make the movie about you, who do you want to play? Or are you going to play yourself?
Well, it's a documentary, but we are trying to fish for an actual movie.
Okay.
So, oh my God, that is such a great question because I have a whole damn cast in my mind. I would like Chris Brown to play Travion.
Okay.
What's the one with the green eyes? Michael, I forgot his name.
Michael Ealy.
From the barbershop. Yeah, him. They have to put some brown contacts in his eyes, though, for Trey. Me, his mom, I would want Viola Davis to play his mom. John, Steve Martin, actually. I would want Steve Martin to play John.
Steve Martin fire, man. He legend.
He's fire, and he reminds me of John with the big head and everything.
Yeah.
For myself, the young lady, her name is Danielle from Orange, is the new like the jail show on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I would want her to play me, and I would want to be introduced and come into her song that she has out called Black Woman. It's on my playlist. I listen to it all the time. It's such a powerful song, and I would want her to come out.
Start writing the treatment. Start jotting some notes down.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, it's already in my head. I already spoke that into existence. That movie is going to come. Because everybody be so blown and intrigued by Travion in our story, or in We're Together, and people recognize us, or like people be so blown away. And they're like, you didn't know him? I'm like, no.
Nah.
Just, yeah, like, from that, and then us taking him in our home and him living with us, and like that is my, like, this is not play for me. Who does, like, he was a stranger. I'm just taking him. I moved and everything. So he had his own room, his own everything. And after I talked to my biological son and my fiance, they just was like, of course, come on. And we moved into a bigger place.
Yeah.
I want to make sure he was comfortable and everything. And like, he's like, take out the garbage, do this, do that. Like we're a family. We are a family. So yeah, I would love that. That was a really good question because that's something I actually thought about.
Yeah, they should do one. They should do one.
That is something I actually thought about. So yeah, that's gonna happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, it's a lot more time left on the clock. A lot more path to travel. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go pull over to a rest stop, stretch your legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. Your journey. We're excited to be a part of it, and we support you any way you go. Any direct, whether you just want to chill at the beach for the next 50 years or what, it don't matter. We got your back. You put in the work already that I'm gonna say, unfortunately, a lot of people, so many don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you deserve, everything that you get, man. You've been through a lot on a personal level. I want to say, as somebody that's been through a lot, I see you. I know countless others do. Thank you for the ones that see us. Thank you for the ones that see my sister. Thank you for the ones that see me. We appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna wrap it up like this. Take care of people, and people will take care of you.
Absolutely.
That's it. I ain't even gonna say nothing else. This is D100 TV. It's been a privilege and an honor to be up here with my sister. And man, we got, man. We could have talked for about 16 more hours. Yeah.
Behind the scenes for the panel.
Yeah.
We'll for that.
We'll put it together. We'll definitely get it in motion, man. Salute to you. Enjoy your evening. Don't answer the phone. I'm about to shut mine. shut mine's off. I ain't got. Hey, it's over with. That's why I kept looking. It was going on. I said, man, let me shut those off now. And man, you're priceless. And when we say queen, that's what we mean. When we say present day Harriet Tubman, that's what we mean.
I get thanks.
And Travion, you know, if you still up here, man, we were always rooting for you. We didn't have to know you to look at you like a little bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we was connected to your mom. And that's it, man. We glad to see people come home. Man, anybody that's fighting for anybody, keep fighting. Don't give up. Do not give up. You know what I'm saying? No matter how hard it gets, dark it gets, no matter how discouraged you get, keep going. On a personal level, if you fighting anything, said it before, what somebody has already said. You made it through 100% of your worst days. Therefore, you undefeated. All you got to do is keep going, champ. That's all you got to do. I promise you. Yeah. Peace, love, and blessings.
Remember, nothing negative ever lasts. That's why I don't worry about nothing.
Never.
Nothing negative ever lasts. Yeah. So, you know, just embrace that.
Yeah.
And every storm passes.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck in the storm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Jules. Hey, we love y'all, man. We love y'all. It's been, hey, I love this right here. I love it. This what I love. I love good conversation. I love learning, support. That's what this is. Remember, this is all of our platform. Anybody that wants to get active, get up here, tell your story, tell a story. Maybe somebody's connected to you. Maybe a business owner. Maybe you just do community work and you know nothing about prison. That's cool too. We're just here to tell the stories. We're just here to have the conversations that matter. You can always hit the platform up. The information is definitely up. Linktree will be in the description. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when we go live and become a part of the conversation. Again, to each and every one of you that's been a part of the dialogue and comments, we appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. Till next time.
You good, Chris. You good.
That's Freddie Williams. That's Freddie Williams right there. All right, man. Peace, man. Peace.
I'm the all in all, from the dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all, from the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all, every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all, from the depths of the sea to Mount Everest. Allah in the flesh, most benevolent. This physical form born from melanin. When electrical thought sparked intelligence. Ain't nothing existing I don't exist in. From the clouds in the heavens down to this skin. If you're doing the knowledge, you can follow Jules. In both cases, the basis, water molecules. Rain, sleet, snow, hailstorms come together the same way that my cells form. You don't see it yet, hard to fathom still. It's alike to the pyramids, how my atoms build. I existed as DNA when the earth formed, and my paternal lineage is from the firstborns. Holy Quran, Bible, I'm coded there. In a fine mist, you'll miss if you don't know the square. Yeah, on all four corners they seek the G, while shriners speak on me in secrecy. I created the earth as mother and daughter. Her bones are the rocks, her blood is the water. Yeah. Her skin is the crust, her heart is the core. Yeah. I planted the seeds, I parted the shores. Yeah. Emitted my light, she saw the corona. Original man, maker. I'm the all in all, from the dust in the universe to the waters in the womb I surf. I'm the all in all, from the atoms that exist in the sun to the atom that's in Genesis 1. I'm the all in all, from the first king that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all, every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all. Supreme team, dominant gene, God in the physical. Rose from the bowels of hell, pardon my visual. Cremators doing their job when they get rid of you. Crabs in the bucket, mind state to kill a nigga too. Civil wars in the hood, letting hammers dance, playing with them pieces of steel, attract the ambulance or a prison bid. Now your daughter's sick, ain't nothing gangster about leaving your seeds fatherless. So I study self and subtracted crime. It takes supreme mathematics to heal a grafted mind. For the 2 and the 3, you need the 1. The only way to get to the Father is through the Son. I met a lot of dudes on that used to shit. They come and go every day, I'm getting used to it. Far as self go, I'm planted on the square. They unalike to a law, they planted over there. They don't respect the history, they don't recite degrees. Will we be using them both to reunite the seeds? Yellow to the brown, brown to the black. Accepted or rejected, you repel or attract. It's been over 50 years, he been gone so far. Now that's a powerful cipher, peace to Allah.
Hey, it's a public service announcement, man, from my block to your block. I know it's fast, I know it's hectic, I know you stressed. Just ask me how I know though. See, sometimes you just gotta slow it down, man, just breathe. Where I'm from, they asking what I represent. Got a soldier with me, Lord knows that she heaven sent. I done lost a couple, damn, I wonder where they went. Is it really ride or die when all the money's spent? This is my confession, caught up in a state of mind. You see this moment's written, all of this is God's design. I was up the stream, Moses, I was in the blind. When I'm gone, another me you'll never ever find. Breathe. Shit, you know what my mama say? Mama said breathe. Sometimes you just gotta slow it down, you know what I'm talking about? Breathe. Give yourself time to think, man. Breathe. Moving like general. So started with a dream, turned it to a mission. Now I'm out here on my grind, fuck a hater dissing. God gave me 2020, guess I got that vision. Boom could still be here, wish she would've listened. Plenty nights inside that cell, lonely in that prison. That's when I elevated, locked in with that tunnel vision. You can hear that pain, all you gotta do is listen. Had to learn to turn my negatives into additions. Breathe. Shit, you know what my mama say?